Have you ever heard of something called GAD? It's a disorder that creatives develop when they start to overcomplicate things, and it stands for Gear Acquisition Disorder. At a certain point, for some reason, creatives start to overcomplicate things and they think that they need certain pieces of gear and equipment to accomplish the things that they want to accomplish. And it couldn't be further from the truth. A couple days ago, I was at a shoot for one of my clients. I show up, I'm on location, and it's a run and gun type shoot, and I have my video rig all kitted out. I have my Sony A1 in a cage with rails underneath with the V-mount battery on the back and a 5-inch monitor on the top. It's got a microphone on it. I have lighting attached just in case I go into any dark environments. And as soon as I turn on my camera, turn on my monitor displays a warning that says, failed to update firmware, please reinstall. I tried to restart it over and over and it would not reinstall. So I had to run like a mile back to my truck, reinstall the software from my computer, and then run back to the shoot. As soon as I got back to the shoot, everything was cool, but I kept running into opportunities where I wanted to flip my camera vertical so that I could shoot some photos, but that really wasn't practical because I was fully set up and kitted out for the purpose of shooting video. And then that got me just really thinking about how crippling it was to have my camera set up that way, being completely unable to utilize one of my other strong skill sets. And that got me really thinking. I've been shooting video and photos for maybe 10 years now, something like that. And I got my start doing this with some other good friends. We would randomly call each other up one day on a Saturday and say, hey, let's go to San Antonio and shoot. Let's call so-and-so and they'll model for us, and let's go and do a style shoot, whatever. How we got into that is we were looking up to some pretty awesome creators, like Sam Kolder is one of them. He was just one of those guys that was making amazing visuals happen on a freaking potato. I'm talking, you know, shooting on an entry-level camera with a kit lens and no extra lighting, no monitor, no external V-mount batteries, none of that, yet would produce amazing visuals. And we would sit back and we would look at that and we would think, oh, I could do that. Let me go and get the entry-level stuff and let me just get started. And as humbly as possible as I can say this, we really did go out and make some really, really cool stuff. And eventually we continued to work on our craft. And for some reason, we get to this point where we develop this gear acquisition disorder, to the point where we think, oh, we have to have our cameras fully set up with a cage and rails and a V-mount battery and a monitor. Otherwise we won't be able to get the shot that we need, or people won't take us as seriously, or whatever the reason is. It's nonsense. And so I've just been reflecting all day about this. I decided, after a long time trying to like reorient my video rig to make it more hybrid-like for video and photo, I realized it just wasn't something that I was going to be able to make happen. I stripped it all down. I put a half rig on my camera. Now all I'm running is a Sennheiser microphone on this thing. I've just got my Sony A1. I have a grip or a strap from Peak Design, a Sennheiser MK400 shotgun mic, a small rig half cage, just so that I can attach my strap and my mic and kind of move it off to the side, and my lens. And that's what I'm gonna be running. If I need to shoot video, I will just flip up my screen and shoot video if I need to. If I want to get a weird looking shot that would be difficult to maneuver with all of my other accessories attached, I'll be able to do that now. If I see a photo opportunity that would be better captured vertically, I can just flip vertical and shoot that photo. I think that I'll be able to produce a lot better work that way. I understand that a full video setup works better for some, especially if you're working in a really controlled environment where, you know, you've got your shot list and you've got all your lighting set up and all that stuff. But a lot of what I do is run and gun. And even if it wasn't, the people that I look up to are using bare bones setup and they're making amazing things happen. And so I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna make amazing things happen. And I just wanted to encourage all of you that if you've got an entry-level camera with an entry-level lens and an entry-level microphone or whatever it is that you're running, you can go out and you can get shooting and you can make amazing things happen. Don't let the idea that the more gear you acquire or the more gear that you have attached to your camera, the better it's going to make you as a creator and the better it's going to make your end result, because that couldn't be further from the truth. Your gear does not determine the things that you create. What's in here and what's in here is what determines what you create. I hope this pushes you to get out and do something, because that's what I'm gonna do.